Thanks for having me. This is the most exciting project I've been involved in since I left the United States Congress. And yes, that be part of the first fully integrated stock exchange to come to America in 2 generations. Very exciting. Worked with the SEC for a long time. We believe we're on track to receive approval for our Form 1, Q3, possibly Q4, and then trading to start in the new year. And we are very excited. It's going to help put Texas even more on the map than we already are.
Since this has happened, as you know, there have been a lot of other exchanges that have made some moves. The New York Stock Exchange has now placed an equities exchange here. NASDAQ has a regional office here. So, Congressman, how do you handle this competition that came from that?
Well, imitation's always the greatest form of flattery. I'm not sure had the Texas Stock Exchange been formed, you would have seen this action. With respect to the New York Stock Exchange, number one, we welcome the competition. And unfortunately, we can't quite compete yet until we get our Form 1 approved by the SEC. But, you know, with respect to New York, they took a Chicago medallion and Federal expressed it here to Dallas. Again, happy to have them. NASDAQ clearly has an office, but we welcome the competition. We welcome the attention. And it really, in many respects, I think, validates one of our value propositions, and that is Texas is the place in America where people want to go to do business. And it's been the vision of Governor Abbott to make sure that not only is Texas the best venue to start a business, but to headquarter a business and now to incorporate a business and go public, trade, issue, all in Texas. And the Texas Stock Exchange is the next iteration to that. And we're going to have a lot of competitive advantages. But again, bring on the competition. It's a big state. Come on in.
All right. I love the ambition there. Let's talk about how you plan to compete, because one of the notions that's been raised is that maybe you need a few big anchor listings to really get the exchange off the ground once you list. And with that in mind, are you courting any companies at this moment to basically switch their listings when you do go live?
Oh, I think there'll be lots of companies that will will engage in dual listings. But Texas is going to be able to compete on a number of different fronts. Number one, we look very carefully at the economics. And we have a duopoly. I mean, that's just the fact of the matter. And because of that, we believe that there are efficiencies to be gained that can be shared with issuers. Next, Texas is going to be the issuer-aligned exchange. This is going to be a value-add proposition. Number three, there is going to be an advantage to list with a stock exchange that is actually based in Texas because of frankly, the political risk. Increasingly, companies have to calculate political risk. Texas has just passed 4 really major landmark pieces of legislation, one of which has to do with the fact that we're going to have written into our Constitution there won't be a financial transactions tax. They're threatening yet again to impose another one in New York. Technically, they have one. As you probably know, it's rebated. As a practical matter, they don't. In addition, on certain shareholder proxy fights, there's a very low threshold there. It takes up a lot of expense, a lot of C-suite time. There'll be a larger threshold, higher threshold in Texas. There's just going to be a lot of different reasons for people to come and enlist on the Texas Stock Exchange. And our CEO, Jim Lee, has put together the A-team. There has been a brain drain from the competitors. And already, as you may know, Dallas has more financial professionals today than New York. So again, we're going to have lots of competitive advantages, and as soon as the ink's dry on the Form 1, we're going to be happy to start competing.
Well, to your point, Congressman, I actually covered Rob Morocco and Allison Hennessy from NASDAQ and from SIBO coming over and joining with the Texas Stock Exchange, so that brain drain does seem to be happening. But I want to go back to the idea of switching listings, because one person and one company that has embraced Texas in a big way, of course, is Elon Musk. You have Tesla now incorporated in Texas. Have you been in any conversation with the team over there about potentially embracing the Texas Stock Exchange as well?
Well, I would say people at Texas are having lots of conversations. It's a little premature to talk about those conversations until once again the Form 1 by the SEC is approved so that trading can actually begin. We're very, very confident, again, there will be major companies in America who are going to choose to list and certainly trade on the Texas Stock Exchange, and there'll be co-listings as well. But you're already starting to see, again, corporations, one, move from Delaware. You've already seen a number of companies that will change their listings. Already you have so much of the trading that doesn't even take place on the listed exchange. There's lots of opportunities to compete, and again, there will be a lot of competitive advantages that we believe Texas will have.
Congressman, you just talked about CEO Jim Lee, and when we spoke to him earlier, he said he now believes with this legislative package that Texas is in direct competition with New York and Delaware. So I want to know, before we let you go, what defines success for you in the first year?
We have so far met all of our milestones so far. So I think simply being able to establish a world-class trading venue come in Q1 of the next year, that we start to have large Fortune 500 companies start to decide this is where we want to trade, and later in the year to be able to get new IPOs. And that's one of the whole reasons to start the Texas Stock Exchange. When I was in Congress, I cared deeply about the fact that we've seen this secular decline, if you will, in companies going public. I think Texas can help reverse that trend. So if you'll see that line start to flatten out, and again, we have more companies being able to go to the public markets and do it under the Texas brand, that will be success.